flower coaster. So for this tutorial, you're gonna need 1 skein of the peaches and cream, and I got mine in the stripy line, and the color is linen. You're also gonna need a 4.5mm crochet hook and a yarning needle. So let's get started. So I have my peaches and cream yarn that I'm gonna use for my coasters, and one of these skeins actually makes about 2 coasters, and you can find this on yarnspirations.com, or I bought this at Walmart. They also have it there as well. Okay. So for this tutorial, we're gonna be using a magic ring. And if you've never done a magic ring before, it's a little intimidating for beginners, but I'm gonna show you how to make it. So what I like to do is I grab my string of yarn, and then I make an X like that. And then I grab my hook, insert it through the bottom, and then grab this strand right here, and then I pull it up. Okay, so make sure to grab it so it doesn't get undone. Okay, and once you have that, I'm going to close that. In this string here, you're gonna have a circle, and this string right here, you're gonna be able to pull it to make it smaller and close it later on. Okay, so let me show you again. You're going to make an X, then grab your hook, and grab this, and then I carefully, okay, and with this same strand, I just close it. Okay, so that's how I make my magic circle. There's other ways you can make that, but this is what I'm used to doing it. So I hope that helps. Okay, so once you have your magic circle, we are going to chain 1. Okay, and then we are going to make 10 half double crochets inside our magic circle. So you're gonna yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull all those 3 loops on your hook. Let's see. Here's 1, and then yarn over, insert your hook inside the magic circle. Oops. Pull up a loop, you have 3, and then yarn over and pull through all those 3, and that's a half double crochet. So we are gonna make 10 half double crochets in total. Okay, and that's gonna be our first round of half double crochets. Okay, so continue to do your 10 half double crochets inside this circle, and I will see you back and I'll show you how to close that. Okay, so here I have my 10 half double crochets, and we are going to pull this strand, and that's going to close our circle, and you can see these are now closer together. So to close this first round, we are going to slip stitch on that chain 1 that we did at the beginning of our row. So not this is our first half double, it's this right here, and that's our chain 1. Okay, so I'm just going to insert my hook and make a slip stitch. Okay, and you can pull this again to make it even closer. For our second row, not row, round, we are going to be increasing in each of our stitches here. And if you don't know what that is, it just means you put 2 stitches in one. Okay, and from now on we're going to be doing double crochets. So chain 2, and this is not, the chain 2 does not count as a stitch. So we're going to yarn over, insert, okay, yarn over, insert our hook, pull up that loop, and it's 3, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through that last one, and that's a double crochet. So yarn over, and we're going to do another one in that same stitch. Okay, so you should be able to have 2 double crochets in our first stitch. Now we're going to go to that second stitch, and we're going to make, another double crochet, and then another one in that same stitch. Okay, so here's 2 in my first, and then here's 2 in my second, and that's all we're going to be doing all the way around until we reach our last stitch. So in every stitch we are going to be making 2 double crochets, sorry. Okay, and you should have a total of 20 double crochets at the end of this round. So keep doing that, and I will see you back at the end of our second round. Okay guys, so here I have my second round ready to be closed, and we're going to do the same like the previous one. We're going to slip stitch in that chain 2. This is 1, this is the second one. Okay, so slip stitch, okay, and you should have 20 stitches. Now we are going to make our third round, and we are going to chain 2, and we are going to make 1 double crochet on our first stitch. Okay, and then on our next stitch we're going to do an increase, so that means we're going to do 2 double crochets in that same stitch. Okay, double crochet, And then on that next stitch we are just gonna do one. Okay, so that's the pattern for this round. Since we did only one on this one, our next one is going to have 2 double crochets. Okay, so I made 2 in this one, so there's 1 on that next stitch. And then on our next stitch, we're doing 2 double crochets. Oops. Okay, so continue to do that same pattern. This one was an increase, so this one is going to be just 1 double crochet, increase, 1 double crochet, increase, and you're going to repeat that same pattern until you reach the end of your round. Okay guys, so here I'm at the end of my 3rd round, and I just need to make my last increase on this stitch, and then I'll be able to close my round. Okay, and a little tip when working in the round, if you start with 1 double crochet here, you should always end your row with an increase. Okay, so if your last stitch is not the for example, this, I started my round with just 1 double crochet. If I would have ended my round with 1 double crochet, that lets me know that I missed a stitch somewhere along the way. But always count your stitches anyway, just to make sure you have the right amount of stitches at the end of the round. Okay, so we're just gonna slip stitch to our chain 2, and we are doing our last round before we get to our petals. So chain 2, and for this round we're going to do 1 single crochet on our first stitch, and then on our next stitch we are going to do a single double crochet. Okay, so the previous round was 1 and then increase, and this one is going to be 1 1 and then increase on the next. So on this 3rd chain we're going to make 2 double crochets in that same stitch. So that's our pattern, you guys. This next 2 will be a single double crochet. So make a double crochet here, a double crochet in the next, and then our 3rd is going to be an increase, which means 2 double crochet in that same stitch. Okay, I hope this is not too confusing. I know at first, oops, move my camera here. I know at first it can be a little confusing talking about increases, and especially if you've never done it before, but if you practice you'll be able to get it pretty quick. So remember, our pattern is first 2 stitches 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then our next one increase, so 2 double crochet in that same stitch. Okay, so just repeat the same pattern all the way around like before. So here's 1, 1, and then 2 double crochets on this one. Goodness. Keep moving my camera, sorry you guys. Okay. So continue the same pattern, and I will see you back when we get to close this round. Okay guys, I'm at the end of our 4th round, and you should have a total of 40 stitches. And I'm going to slip stitch. Okay, and now we are going to be doing our petals. So for this we are going to chain 2, and this chain 2 will count as a stitch only at the beginning of this round. And then we're going to make, on our first stitch here, we're going to make 4 double crochets. So make 1, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and then our last one. Okay, so here we have 4 double crochets, and then this chain 2 is gonna count as our 5th. Okay, so that's our first petal that we made, and on this next stitch, the one next to our petal, we're going to slip stitch. Okay, so here's slip stitch, and on our next one we are going to single crochet. So this is how it's going to look. So after a petal, slip stitch, then the next one is single crochet. And that's going to be our pattern for the petals. So on our next stitch here, we are going to make 5 double crochets. So here's 1. Oops, that's not a double crochet, sorry. Here's 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, and then our last one. Okay, remember there are 5 double crochets going in that same stitch. Okay, so that means in this one we're going to slip stitch, and then on our next, single crochet. Okay, so now we have our 2 petals, and we're going to continue with the same pattern. 2 double crochet, 3, 4, 5. Then slip stitch on our next stitch, slip stitch, single crochet. Okay, so now we have 3 petals. Okay, so remember guys, the pattern after our single crochet, we make a petal, then slip stitch, then single crochet, petal, slip stitch, and single crochet. And you're gonna make the same pattern all the way around. So here I'm gonna make my 4th petal. Here's 1 double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, slip stitch, single crochet on our next stitch. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 petals. Okay, so I hope by now you have the pattern memorized, and continue to make it all the way around. Okay, remember after our single crochet we do petal, slip stitch, single crochet, and then we begin our pattern again. Okay, so do that and I will see you back at the end here and I'll show you how to close that. So you should have a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 petals. Okay, and I'll see you back. Okay guys, so I am down to my last petal that I have to make. So this is my last stitch and that's going to be a petal, and it's going to be really close to our first one that we made. Okay, so we make 5 double crochets on that stitch. Okay, so to close it, all I'm going to do is slip stitch on that same stitch where our chain 2 was made. Okay, so right here I'm going to slip stitch, and that's just gonna make our petal. Okay, just pull that tight. Okay, so that's going to close our petal. Okay, so that's how it should look at the end. You should have 14 petals. Then your last one, you're gonna slip stitch to close to that chain 2, and then now we are just going to tie off and weaving our ends. Okay, so pull that tight. Isn't that really cute? Okay, so you should have 2 strings, the one from our magic circle, and remember, if you pull that, it's gonna close this circle in the middle. I don't have it anymore because I already closed mine, but if you have a open circle, just pull this and it's gonna close that. Okay, so just weave in your ends. I like to weave in mine on the back so they're not visible when you turn your coaster around. Okay guys, so here's your darling coaster. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. I try to bring a tutorial for you guys once a week. So yeah, thank you guys so much for your support, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.